It is a great day to talk about asset allocation. Yes, it is. Thank you for sharing your day with me. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of Afro Economics. This is an exciting opportunity to talk about this year, 2025. I don't know when you're watching this. You could be watching this in 2030. Hopefully, a lot of these concepts will still apply. Yeah, that's why I'm doing this because in our library we have over 1,000 different free complimentary, absolutely at your fingertips, videos and podcasts for you to take advantage of in the library. So I'm encouraging you now while I am live to ask any questions that you have. I can see them. I hope. Make sure you ask the questions now, or definitely I see you, Miss Clements. Thank you for letting me know. That makes it feel so good when I can see that you can see. Peace and blessings right back at you. But this is a very, very, very important topic, and we are going to expand on it extensively during our members only meeting on Friday morning. But I have made a commitment to try to intro our topics for each week, and then on this session to just do the intro about the topic, do the background, so that on Friday when we're having our members only meeting we can get right into it. No, so generically, I just want to talk generically because as a licensed investment advisor, um, what I talk about generically, I have to be more careful about what we share during this time because it goes to everybody. But when we have our individual group meeting, we actually, have a chance for you to ask more specific questions. And but the best time is when we have our one-on-one meeting. So when someone does a step up from that individual membership and they become an asset-based client, the membership is totally free. And when they become a member client, that asset allocation is so important. A lot of people join just so that I can help them get the proper asset allocation for their investments that they're doing at work. For many people, especially in our Black community, their introduction to investments comes through their employer. And so I started the membership to have an opportunity to meet people while they're accumulating assets, because a lot of us meet financial advisors during the time of crisis. And I don't know if it's been hard for y'all to hear me. Oh my goodness, I didn't have these on. I bet this is going to be better. And I had it like way down there. Is this better? Oh man. The but this is, hopefully this is better. The You're not talking to me so I can't tell, but these, I had the headsets on overriding any other form of microphone, but I do speak pretty loud, so it may be about the same. But just chat to let me know that you can hear me. So yeah, and I'm not going to start from the top. But so with asset allocation, when you're working someone, it is very valuable that you have the best asset allocation for your investment goals while you're working. Asset allocation is how you break down your money among the options that you have available at work. So many times people don't even think about it while they're working. And when they retire, they call me and they say, I have this money that I have invested while I'm working. Oh, great, Snoopy D. I have this money that I've invested while we're working. And then but If I had met them while they were working, I could have helped them maximize it. And the membership saves you so much money because the way I have it set up now, though I can be fee based with the assets that are at work, all of that is covered by your membership. So again, it is a commitment to our community to give us opportunities to get the professional advice, and it's saving us thousands of dollars. I have met some members that they're paying the machine at work because they didn't know that there was a plan out here. So again, it saved them thousands of dollars, and they have an actual advisor. I am actually helping them versus they've been paying the machine way more than me, unfortunately for me. I can't say that forever that it will be where I'm only doing that the Afro economics $30 a month for that things that are at work. But for now, it's very important that we take advantage of it. There will definitely be a time where I am encouraged to do what the other firms are doing. And what they do is they contact the employer. The employer has paperwork that can be done by their investment advisor, and the investment advisor charges a percentage. But our Afro Economics membership allows you to get the asset allocation help with your membership. And the more I repeat it, the more I say, whoa. But I can't even explain to you how powerful it is what you do with your money. It's not just what and how much you save. They did a study, and they did a study on women savers and men savers. And it showed that the asset allocation that the women were choosing, even though they were saving more money than the men outperformed them because they had a better asset allocation. Asset allocation is your use of the asset classes, generically stocks, bonds, cash equivalents. I also consider alternative investments. So if the client is doing, yes, you do, Mr. Yancey. Mr. Yancey say needs to take full advantage of his membership services. Indeed. And the use of Zoom. Good morning, right back at you, W. Andrew. Yes, indeed. Thank you for the Taylors tuning in. Indeed. So yeah, because no matter what, it's about us actually getting together, doing your risk analysis, because asset allocation also on that study shows that men were choosing an asset class that was exposing them to most likely a little bit more risk, but they were focusing on the long term. Theoretically, that's what I'm thinking. Or just they were just more comfortable with the concept of investing. So we have to, realize that it's not just how much you're saving. You can save 10% of what you make. Another person could save 5% of what you make, but they do double the return on their investments, compounding over time. Woo, they could outdo you. And, especially if you're just like, really off centered with your investment allocation. You haven't reached out. And I see that a lot in a lot of different things. Like I know people that'll just go, let's just use, because y'all know I love fitness. Let's just use fitness as an example. People that just go to the gym, but they never had a plan, never sat up with a trainer, never talked to a trainer about it, never set up a strategy, don't have a coach. This and that's people flying. just going in there, and then they meet people and they start talking to their friends. Then they do a couple minutes on the treadmill. Then an hour and a half has passed. They said, dang, I gotta go home. But they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything. That's what happens with people if they don't take advantage of getting a good advisor during the years that they're working hard and saving and sacrificing. It's like going to a gym and doing the wrong thing. It's like going to the gym and then going to IHOP later. All y'all sitting around celebrating. Everything that you just did is canceled out. That to me, that's like having credit card debt. No, people don't get any help with their investments, but they go out there and they use all these credit cards. They get all this different type of consumer debts accumulated, and they're excited because they're saving this money over there into their retirement account at work, but they're not getting anywhere near the return that they should be getting. And their financial strategies all messed up. And they're paying way too much in taxes. So their asset allocation would help them, but when you have an advisor, I'm looking at you holistically. I'm asking, what's going on with these taxes? What's going on with these, credit cards? What's your financial situation? Because no matter how much you're saving over here, you're not going to be financially independent until you have enough assets that will generate the income to pay for all these bills that you're accumulating. So, asset allocation is a risk strategy, really. It's a risk strategy, and it's a form of diversification, but it's a step up from diversification because you can be diversified, but you can still only have one asset class. Like somebody could have all stocks, so they're diversified because they have all these different stocks, but they don't have an asset allocation that is in alignment with their risk level. So I do an analysis, and their risk level says that they are not really comfortable with the volatility of the stock market. That's what the algorithm told me when I did their analysis, but their portfolio is saying something totally different. So I have to represent to them is like, are you comfortable with this? Maybe this is why you keep selling every time the market goes down. And, and then you go buy back in when the market is up. You got some sort of strategy that's not working because your return over time is way underperforming the S&P or the S&P 60/40 blend. You're underperforming when I put it in. But those are the things. That's my job. That's my job. My job is to help you diversify within asset classes and among asset classes. And I truly believe that you can over diversify and actually harm yourself because you think that you're just doing everything and you're just spreading it out. You got this great big shotgun approach, where I believe that my job is to help you satisfy your risk tolerance needs, but to also have the brains behind it, have a sense of logic and strategy behind it to help you also get a good return. But the basic, asset classes are stocks, bonds, cash, and I add in alternative investments. So your alternative investments could be your real estate properties that you have. It could be your cryptocurrency that you have, but a lot of people have made cryptocurrency their main asset class without understanding the amount of risk that they're exposed to. You know, and it's amazing to me that even though all of the historical performance that we have of the stock market, our community, our Black community, is under participating in the stock market when you compare it to the majority community. especially since we have been here. We're not immigrants. We have been here. The stock market itself started off our back. We should be participating, in my opinion. But then there's new things that come out, and for some reason it gravitates, it catches our attention. It catches our attention. Even though we have all of these good things based on historical performance, at least we'll have a basis for it. Historical performance is no guarantee of the future. But I said, you know what, I remember my father, he graduated got his PhD. And he said, when I get my PhD, I'm going to get me a Coupe de Ville Cadillac. So I thought to myself, that's a, just say that consumer product, that $11,000 Coupe de Ville. I remember he said it was $11,000. I remember that. So he said it was probably a little bit more than $11,000. He had to finance it. He got payments and this and that. But I said, you know what? That's the asset class that he chose. And I looked up, like, what is the 1977 Coupe de Ville worth today? And if it's fixed up and it's hooked up and it's and the person took good care of it and this and that, it could be about 14,000 today. Adjusted for inflation, of course, that's horrible. So, but at least it's up. But that person whose $14,000 Coupe de Ville had like great wheels. It had all. It had like probably $100,000 worth of work on it. The engine on that vehicle. Whoa, I don't even know where they got. They probably had to get a special made engine for it and this and that. But it said the value was 14,000. And I said, well, what if I put just using the S&P 500 as the asset allocation? If my father had just put that asset and just put it into the S&P 500 from 1977, so this is where asset allocation makes a huge difference. Guess how much we would have today? Guess that $11,000 reinvested using the historical performance of the S&P 500. That's the 500 largest stocks in the U.S. I'm not even going to tell y'all. We'll talk about it in the members meeting on Friday morning. Somebody remind me if you want to know the exact numbers, because I got it. I got it. It's amazing. Can't nobody tell me that asset allocation don't make a difference. What they say, like 90% of your investment return is based on your asset allocation. All right. So I encourage you to join. We have a no excuse membership. People that are even a free member, they can come in on the meetings on Friday. People that have an actual membership, go to Afro Economic. Your dad bought the same vehicle. I love it. I love it. And it must have been a good year for them. And my dad's was he said it was called platinum gray, but it looked like off-white. It was platinum. It was like off-white looking and burgundy. But he said they called it platinum gray. And it was nice. Leather seats, initials on each door, nice, beautiful tires. It was where we were floating. All four of us could fit in the back seat. It was nice. It was nice. But guess how much it would be worth? Even if you just bought a car for half that much. The millions of dollars that our community has in vehicles, those vehicle companies should be thankful for us. Low. And he said, Snoopy D said, that's Weeda. That is Weeda. I love you, Weeda. She go by Snoopy D. Y'all know everything now. A friend worked for Enron back in the day and by mistake placed 100%. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Don't give me that by mistake. Don't give me that. Oh, do you know how many times? I should write down how many times people go, I should have called you a long time ago. I should have called you a long time ago. I'ma call you. You know what I'm saying? Mm, mm, mm. No way. No, no, no. It's not by mistake. They do it because they're greedy. They do it because they feel this is the best bet. I'm gonna put it all in this, and this is gonna work, and this is gonna work, and this is gonna work, and this is gonna work. And there's people that do that now. All they do is buy lottery tickets. They put more in their lottery tickets than they put into their savings plan that has a match. When you got a job that has a match, you're already getting a guaranteed return. Mm, yeah, but you know how I am. I just not. I'm not gonna allow us to like be like victims. You know, I can always tell when somebody's gonna be broke because they'll always say like they always come from a victim place. People that are going to have money and survive regardless, they always come from I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this. Right? Mr. Yancey said, I'm gonna take advantage of this. I'm going to do that. He's one of the first people to ever join Afro economics because he is about it. Even if you don't do something, the consciousness of knowing this is what I've got to do changes what you do. Like him being in Afro economics keeps him on his toes in a subconscious way. The fact of associating yourself with power and money and things, and just a human being. I'm one of the few human beings that I know that focuses on wealth development. And I don't know anyone else that focuses on wealth development for us. To be a part of that shows how rare, how powerful you are as a human being right there, right then and there. Says, I'm black, I'm proud, and I don't want to ever be broke. And the first principle of Afro economics, like, is legacy, your why. So when you get associated with something like this, it says to your kids, it says to your kids that my grandfather took his life seriously. He knew that woman. He was one of the first people. He made this happen. That's the kind of determination that we have for asset allocation to happen in your life. I know these type of things don't get watched because only the people who don't have a license, who can tell you any type of shit, those are the ones that the majority of our community listens to. That's the sadness. But when we got like someone who actually has to go through all this continuing ed, has to do all this regulation, has to talk with regulators all the time, has to go through the regulations for us so that we actually have a place where we actually can do investments. You know what I'm saying? That's top level. That's top shelf. That's the bookshelf. That's the power. That's the brain that wants to understand asset allocation, that wants to understand how do I improve my performance, but also manage my risk. How do I make sure that greed and waiting to the last minute doesn't chew up my wealth? That's all I'm going to say. God bless y'all. I love y'all. Stay strong. Stay strong. And I'll see y'all at the members meeting. If you're not a member, go to afroeconomics.com. Afroeconomics. Click on membership. Do what you got to do. There's a membership in there that you could just do. Subscribe and get the emails. That's free. Join now. And I think down here, the no excuses. Look, free membership. No excuse. But don't wait till the last minute. Last week, like 8 o'clock. We start at 9 on Fridays, 8 o'clock. Like people were joining. I have to approve the membership. So like Mm. I love y'all. Do what you got to do. We'll talk more about asset allocation tomorrow. Um, in summary, asset allocation is about determining the appropriate mix. And I'm gonna look at your risk tolerance. So I use an algorithm, I use software to see where you are from a risk level. I look at how much time we got. I look at what your risk tolerance is. I start talking to you about developing an understanding. I explain to you what the different asset classes are. A lot of times I'm looking at what you're currently doing, helping you get better protected for the asset allocation, but also getting you a better return based on what you said you can handle. And so the technology out there helps me. It doesn't replace me. I allow it to help me help you. No excuses. No excuses. Take care. Talk to y'all soon. I am JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm and the home of Afro economics. Take care.